The philosophy of living at the peak. Being a mountain, in the process of existence and development, humans cannot avoid situations where they have to face misunderstandings, hurt, or even bad words. In those situations, our attitude and reaction play an important role in determining our dignity and personal maturity. The philosophy of being a mountain not only refers to resilience and strength, but also generosity, kindness, and spiritual cultivation, factors that help us overcome all the storms of life. 1. Generosity and misunderstanding. When misunderstood by others, the natural reaction of many people is to feel injustice and want to explain to protect themselves. However, according to this philosophy, generosity is shown in not having to rush to explain, because the truth will not change just because we explain or not. Time is the truest measure. It will give a clear answer to every misunderstanding. A generous person is someone who knows how to take a step back, not letting small things affect the peace of mind. 2. Kindness in hurt. In life, hurt is inevitable. However, our reaction to hurt is what matters. When hurt, kindness is shown by not needing to explain or fight to prove that you are right. Emotions, whether warm or cold, need time to prove their true value. A kind person understands that sometimes silence and tolerance are the best medicine to heal hurt. 3. Cultivation in bad words. Bad words are an indispensable part of society, but how we deal with them shows the level of cultivation. Instead of justifying or refuting, the philosophy of being a man like a mountain advises us to focus on improving and preserving our dignity. Time will be the best filter to distinguish between people with dignity and those without virtue. A person with high cultivation is one who knows how to maintain his good nature, regardless of gossip. The importance of silence. Silence, at first glance, may be seen as a passive response, a withdrawal from communication or dialogue. However, in reality, silence is the highest expression of wisdom and maturity, a precious quality that not everyone can grasp and practice effectively. Silence is not simply not speaking, but it is a subtle art, requiring patience, deep awareness, and a strong soul. Silence is inner strength. In modern society, where information is overwhelming and people are surrounded by the noise of daily life, silence becomes an expression of inner strength. Silence is not weakness or acceptance of failure, but self-control, the ability to control oneself in stressful situations. When we choose to remain silent in the face of provocation, criticism, or misunderstanding, we are showing a steadfastness in our souls. Silence helps us maintain our stance, not be shaken by external circumstances, and from there we can make wiser decisions. Silence is a form of wisdom. Learning to speak is an easy process. Anyone can do it. However, learning to be silent is an art, requiring wisdom and deep understanding. Being silent in complex situations is a manifestation of wisdom. Wise people understand that words are not always the most effective means to solve problems. Sometimes silence is the best way to preserve relationships, to avoid causing more harm, and to wait for a more appropriate time to act. In a conversation, a person who knows when to be silent not only understands what needs to be said, but also knows what does not need to be said. Silence is maturity. In the process of growing up, we gradually realize that not every battle is worth fighting. Not every word needs to be responded to. Being silent about small things, unimportant matters, is a sign of maturity. When we can take negative words, aggressive actions lightly, and keep our minds at peace, we are demonstrating emotional maturity. Mature people do not need to prove themselves right in every situation, because they understand that their value does not depend on the recognition of others, but on their inner peace. Silence is a preservation of the soul. Silence, sometimes, is a shield that protects the soul from unnecessary harm. In life, there are times when we have to face situations where words can hurt both others and ourselves. Silence at this time is the best way to preserve the purity of the soul. When we do not react with words to negative actions, we are choosing to protect our souls from negative emotions. Silence helps us maintain peace of mind, stay away from unnecessary troubles and conflicts. The pinnacle of silence, taking meaningless things lightly. Silence is not just a reaction, but also a philosophy of life. The pinnacle of silence is the ability to take meaningless things lightly in life. When we can keep quiet about unimportant matters, we are learning to take them lightly, not letting them affect our lives. This is a big step in the journey to find happiness and inner peace. When we are no longer caught up in petty matters, useless arguments, our lives become lighter and more peaceful. 5. A generous soul. A generous soul is not measured by the number of people we know, but by our tolerance for those around us. A person with a generous soul is someone who knows how to forgive the small mistakes of others, knows how to sympathize and share instead of criticizing or judging. 6. Be a mountain and be a water person. Finally, the philosophy of being a mountain person not only advises us to be resilient and understanding of everything, but also to be tolerant and accepting of all things. At the same time, being a water person also shows flexibility, knowing how to advance and retreat appropriately according to the situation. A mountain is steadfast, unshaken by any challenge, while water is flexible, can adapt to any situation, knows when to advance and when to retreat. This philosophy, if practiced and applied, will help us live a peaceful, happy, and respectable life, like a tall and sturdy mountain between heaven and earth. Applying the philosophy of being human like a mountain and like water to life, we will gradually achieve a peaceful, happy, and respectable life. A tall and sturdy mountain between heaven and earth is a symbol of dignity, strength, and tolerance. A graceful stream of water, weaving through all obstacles, is a symbol of vitality, understanding, and flexibility. When living like a mountain, we are not discouraged by difficulties, always maintain our own values, and are tolerant of all differences. When living like water, we know how to adapt, adjust ourselves to harmonize with life, and always understand and listen to others. The life of a person who knows how to combine these two qualities is a complete and meaningful life where no event, big or small, can shake the peace of mind. Thank you for taking the time to learn and reflect on the philosophy of life. Be like a mountain and like water. Hopefully, these shares have brought you a deeper understanding and positive feelings about how to face life. I wish you to always be resilient, flexible, and find peace of mind on your path. See you again in the next meaningful journeys of discovery.